everyone. Today's lesson is algebraic expressions. And the learning objective of this topic first is for you to be able to manipulate polynomials. And second is for you to be able to expand brackets and collect like terms. So, what is algebraic expressions? Algebraic expressions is an expression that contains numbers, operations, and one or more variables. For example, x minus 7. In these expressions, we can see the number, that is minus 7. And we also can see the operations, that is subtraction. And we can also see one variables in these expressions, that is x. Next examples is 3x plus 4. In these expressions, the numbers is of course 3 and 4. The operations is addition, and the variable is also x. And for these expressions, maybe you cannot see the numbers, but actually in algebraic expression, there in front of every variable, there is always the number 1 or the digit 1. So in x, y, there actually number or the digit 1 in front of the x. So what is the operations? If two variables written beside each others, it means they are multiplied. So in 3x, in this 3x, it is basically 3 times x. So there is multiplication operation. And in this xy, it means x multiplied by y. So there is operations that is multiplication. And variables, of course, we've got x and y. Okay, so in algebraic expressions, there is some vocabularies we need to learn. First is terms. What is terms? Terms consist of products of number and letters. So basically, terms is part of the expressions. For example, we've got 3x squared minus 2x minus 1. In these expressions, we've got three terms, that is 3x squared minus 2x and minus 1. Next is coefficient. What is coefficient? Coefficient is the numerical factor of a term that contains a variable. So we can see from the example before, there are two terms that contains a variable. First is 3x squared and second is minus 2x. So coefficient is the numerical factor of them. In 3x squared, the numerical factor is 3. So the coefficient of this term is 3. In minus 2x terms, the numerical factor is minus 2. So the coefficient of this term is minus 2. Next is variable. Variable is a symbol. We usually use a letter that represents one or more numbers. So we can see from the example before that the variable is x squared and x. Why it says variable represents one or more numbers? Because we can substitute these variables into whatever numbers we want. Next vocabularies, last but not least, is constant. What does constant means? Constant is a term with no variable. So from the example before, we've got three terms and there is only one term with no variable, that is -1. So from these expressions, the constant is -1. We're going to learn about function notation. Here we have a function machine where you take an input and it generates an output. For example, if our input was 3, we take 3 times it by 2 to get 6, add 5 to get 11, and that would be our output. So if 3 is the input, we've got 11 as the output. Now, what if our input was algebraic? What if it was x? So if the input is x, you times that by 2 first to get 2x. And then you add 5. So 2x plus 5. So when the input is x, the output is 2x plus 5. This could be written down instead using function notation. We would first of all write f. And then some brackets. Inside the brackets we place our input, which is x. On the right hand side we write 2x plus 5 because that's the output. This is how you would write down this function machine using function notation. The left hand side, f bracket x, we usually pronounce as fx, which just means there's a function of x. It shouldn't be confused with f times x there because there are brackets. But that's not what it means in this case. It's just a way of writing down a function of x. If we now go back to the numerical example where the input was 3 and the output was 11, we can write this down with function notation as well. We would write f but make the input 3 rather than x this time. The output can be generated using 2x plus 5. All we need to do is replace all of the x with 3's. So it's 2 times 3 plus 5 equals to 11, which we knew as our output. Next, we'll continue to polynomials. Polynomials is a series of terms joined together by addition or subtraction. For example, here we've got polynomials. We've got 4x to the power 7 plus 3x squared minus 2x plus 1. This is an example of polynomials. In polynomials, we have to understand the term degree. What is degree? degree the degree of a polynomial is the highest power of x in that polynomials. So we can see from the example before, the highest power of x is 7. So this polynomial is in x of degree 7. Next, adding and subtracting algebraic expressions. We can only add and subtract like terms, those with identical letters and powers. For example, we can subtract 3x squared y minus 7x squared y because they have identical letters, that are x and y. Also, they've got identical powers, that is 2 for the x and 1 for the y. So we can subtract them. And we've got 3 minus 7 is minus 4. So we've got minus 4x squared y. But we can subtract this 3x squared minus 7x because they didn't have identical powers. They have identical letters, that is x, but the powers is not same. One is a square and the other one is just x. Next, multiplication of algebraic expression. When expressions in two brackets are multiplied, each term in the first bracket must multiply each term in the second bracket. For example, the first bracket consists of a plus b plus c, and the second bracket consists of d plus a. So each term of the first bracket must multiply each term of the second bracket. So we can write it like this. The first term of the first bracket is a. So a is have to multiply by d plus e. And then b must be multiplied by d plus e. And also c is have to multiply by d plus e. Next, we're going to learn fractions in algebraic expressions. But in this time, we have to recall again what is the laws of adding and subtracting fractions. You can see when we adding and subtracting fractions, we need to make the denominators become same. Only same denominator fractions can be added or subtracted. Next, in multiplying fractions, we need to recall that the nominators is multiplied and the denominators is multiplied. So basically, the upper side times each other and the lower side times each other. Next, in dividing fractions, we need to recall that the second fractions have to be flipped down like this. So if the nominator first is c, then we have to change it to become denominator. Also, in dividing fractions, when the second fractions is already flipped down like this, the operations change from divided become times. Okay, here's an example. They say they need us to express 1 over 4a minus 1 over 6a minus 3 as a single fraction. You, we can see that these algebraic expressions consists of subtracted operations. So, in fractions, we need to make the denominators become same. So, we do it like this. With times 4a, 1 over 4a, we times it with 3 over 3 to make it 12a. To make the denominator becomes 12a. And 1 over 6a, we times it with 2 over 2 to make it 12a. And last, 3 in fraction form is 3 over 1. We need it to times it with 12a over 12a to make the denominators become 12a. After we've got same denominators, we can subtract the nominators. 3 minus 2 is 1 minus 36a over 12a. So this is the result. Next example is to simplify ab squared over 4c squared d times 2cd over ab. In fractions multiplication, we only need to multiply the upper side with the upper side too. So we've got 2ab squared cd. And we also need to multiply the lower side times the lower side too. So we've got 4abc squared d. If we simplify the 2 divided by 4, we've got 1 over 2. And a divided by a is 1, so the variable a is gone. And also d divided by d is 1, so the variable d is gone too. B squared divided by b equals to b, so we only have b as the denominators. C divided by c squared equals to 1 over c, so we've got c as the denominators here. So the result of this question is b over 2c. Last question is to simplify 1 over x over y minus z as a single fraction. We have to notice that the first operations we need to solve here is the subtraction. So in fraction subtraction, we need to make the denominators become same. So we have to times z over 1. We have to times it with y over y. So in the lower side, we've got x minus yz over y. So we have 1 over x minus yz over y. This we can flip it upside down. So we've got y over x minus yz.